Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Layla, and on this channel I love to talk about personal development, inner work, and sometimes my life in Seoul, South Korea. Can you believe it has been 4 years? For those of you here since the beginning of this channel, 4 years in Korea and time flies. Today I want to go over some of the things that have impacted me in some ways and how I've been navigating life in this country. So let's get started. Assimilation versus standing out. I have so much to say, bear with me as my thoughts might be all over the place, but I will try my best to share them in a way that will help you understand my mindset and how I view things. As a woman moving to Seoul, you will immediately be concerned about beauty standards and society's homogeneity. Beauty standards are pretty straightforward. They are mostly about your physical appearance. The homogeneity of society, on the other hand, encompasses many things, not just the fact that you will look different, but also the fact that you will have to navigate a society that leaves no room for diversity. I firmly believe it is a very privileged position to be in when you can recognize the shortcomings of a place and still know you don't have to conform if you do not wish to do so. You do not have to conform if you are strong enough to hold your ground. Let's start with beauty standards in Korea. We all know what they are. You must be very skinny, have pale skin, big bright eyes, dress a certain way, act a certain way, be innocent, and so on. Lots of Korean girls struggle with these requirements. Now, let me ask you this. Why are you concerned about those requirements? Why do you assume you must conform to these standards as a foreigner? People might reply, well, I live here and I'm bombarded by this information. Some might say, I live here so I want to appeal to the men and be able to date. Because of that and other reasons, some girl might feel the pressure to conform to these standards. Some will be successful, others not so much. And that will be the brewing ground for resentment, insecurities, inadequacy, depression, and more. I've had over 30 videos on life in Korea on this channel and never talked about my love life or the men I've been with because boundaries. But let me tell you how I have been navigating my 4 years in Seoul. I do not conform to their standards. Whether I am someone's cup of tea or preference is none of my business. I will use celebrities as a reference so you can understand my point. If you are a Rihanna, you won't contort yourself into appealing to people who are into Scarlett Johansson. It doesn't make sense. My advice is to take care of your body and appearance by enhancing your features and quality. Remain authentic to your essence. People think being authentic requires confidence and boldness. I believe it just requires loving yourself, accepting yourself, and knowing where you come from. Once you have these 3 elements, navigating beauty standards and dating will be easier. Dress in a way that makes you feel beautiful and confident. Radiate positive energy wherever you go. The right people will be attracted to you and pursue you. Trust me. Doing my inner work, embracing my foreignness, and not feeling the desire to fit into that beauty standard have been fantastic for my confidence and my mental health. I get to thrive being the best version of myself, and I am not in competition with Korean girls because I'm in my own lane, minding my own business, and I'm not bending over backward to get me a Korean man at all costs. I hope you carry that same mindset, energy, and attitude while living here in Korea. Prior to moving to Korea, I was worried about Korean society's homogeneity, but as time in Seoul passed, I slowly but surely embraced my foreignness. I celebrate it. I love standing out. Being the only foreigner, let alone black person, does not bother me at all. It makes me feel special. I also do not mind being the first point of reference for Koreans who have never met an African person before and who might have some distorted views of the continent. Now, granted, I'm here as an American, but if you meet me in like day-to-day life, I don't introduce myself as such. Before moving to Korea, I already knew a lot about Korean history, society, challenges, shortcomings. I knew how hard it was for young people to thrive in a society that wasn't designed for them, because what got Korea out of poverty is not what will sustain Korea in the long term. I also knew why I was moving here and what I wanted to accomplish. I had visited the country twice before finally moving. Basically, your girl knew what she was getting herself into. To thrive here, I had to assimilate, and a significant tool was learning the language. Learning Korean got me a job, turned me into a functioning adult who can handle herself, made me comfortable, made people around me comfortable and open up, sparked lots of benevolence towards me, admiration for what I did, and more. Koreans love that you love Korea. And the more you learn about the code of conduct, the culture, the mindset, the better. Now, please pay attention to what I'm about to say. You can only play the game if you know the rules. You can break the rules only if you know what they are to begin with. Because I took the time to learn and understand the rules of Korean society, I can play dumb about certain things and get away with it. If there is something about Koreans' mindset, way of thinking and behaving that does not suit me in a particular setting, I will play dumb about it and get away with it. People will excuse me for that because I'm a foreigner who does not know any better when in fact I do. Being a foreigner here comes with lots of disadvantages, but I hate being in victim mentality mode. So whenever I can, I get smart and I weaponize my foreignness to my advantage. Sorry, not sorry. I moved to Seoul in 2020 at the height of the pandemic. The first few years were challenging to navigate, but during that time I discovered a new passion, 𝗧𝗏𝒊𝒃. I had already been introduced to 𝗧𝗏𝒊𝒃 and even started taking classes back in Boston, but after just 2 sessions, everything was cancelled as the pandemic began. Once I settled in Seoul, I was eager to pick it up again. Since April 2021, 𝗧𝗏𝒊𝒃 has brought me immense joy. This dance has connected me to a vibrant dance community, introduced me to new acquaintances, filled my nights with entertainment, and added excitement and drama to my life. I am not a party girl, but going to a 𝗧𝗏𝒊𝒃 club where people are eager to dance is the perfect nightlife socializing opportunity I could have wished for. Unfortunately, the community in Korea is very small, and I've reached a point where my skill-wise, I cannot progress anymore. So that's why I rely so much on overseas festivals and foreign teachers coming to town. Another aspect of social life is bonding with people around you. I am an introvert. What I thought would be detrimental to me has been a strength here in Korea. Based on my experience, Koreans have this no new friend mentality. Their friends are people they've met in school, university, or the military for men. People are busy with work and surviving this judgmental, overly competitive society that they don't have the bandwidth or mental capacity to nurture friendships that aren't beneficial to them. Once I understood that, I stopped taking things personally. Yes, we can connect and do things together, but it will never get that deep, and that's okay with me. I'm able to compartmentalize and have acquaintances I will only interact with in particular settings. In the true definition of the term friendship, I can honestly say that I only have one friend in this city, but I have many acquaintances I like and enjoy hanging out with. I get my energy from being alone and having one-on-one interaction, unlike extroverts who need people around them to feel alive and have energy. So, if you are an introvert like me, living in Korea where making connections can be difficult will not impact you so much because you enjoy your own company, you are sustainable energy-wise, and you can regulate yourself. I feel like being an introvert better prepares you. But if you are an extrovert, instead of trying to make random friends, belong to a community. It could be done through, a hobby, for example. That way, you will have access to people who would appreciate you, but make sure not to have high expectations. Make sure to compartmentalize to avoid being disappointed. While the pay here may not match what I could earn in the US, my lower living expenses allow me to save up to half of my income if I choose to be frugal. Some months I stick to a budget, while other times I am more lenient. I'm careful with money, but don't hesitate to splurge on experiences that bring me joy. And these include, 𝗧𝗏𝒊𝒃 workshops, trips abroad, entertainment, food, and the occasional mindful shopping spree. It's a balance between being practical and treating myself to what brings me joy. I also have to be, transparent and say that my salary in Korea is not my only source of income. So it made living and working in Korea a sound decision money-wise, especially for a single household like me who does not have any dependents. Now, let's talk about 2 issues regarding money and finance in this country. As you know, I was a student at Sogang University learning Korean during my first year and a half in Seoul. My only source of income was my remote job and the savings I put aside. I had to go to the ATM a couple of times every month, use my US bank card, and get my monthly expenses. Shout out to Schwab. Their checking account has no foreign transaction fees, no conversion fees, and ATM fees are reimbursed. So I highly recommend them if you are a US citizen living abroad. Anyway, when I negotiated my Korean salary, I wanted to ensure I had enough to live comfortably in Seoul, save money, and be at the threshold where my income would not give me the lowest point possible when applying for the F-point visa. At that time, the salary in Korean won converted into dollars was satisfactory. However, by 2024, due to currency fluctuations, value-wise, I've lost hundreds of dollars. It hasn't impacted my day-to-day life because I earn and spend my Korean won in Korea, but it's something to consider for anyone needing to send money back to the US or Europe. My monthly earnings haven't changed, but the decrease would have been significant if I were transferring funds abroad to pay off debt or support family or travel. It's important to be aware of this when moving to Korea and earning in Korean won because the value of the won doesn't hold up as strongly against the dollar or euro right now. I can't imagine how challenging it must be for foreigners earning in Japanese yen right now. God. My number 2 issue is what to do with my savings, considering the currency exchange situation. When I first moved to Korea, 1,000 Korean won was worth 92 cents. Now, 1,000 Korean won is worth 75 cents. What this means is if, let's say, you have 10 million won in your savings account, living Korea with that amount back in 2021 would have been $9,200, but leaving the country with that amount today will sum up to $7,500. This is literally money disappearing out of thin air due to currency exchange. Now that spending the rest of my life in Korea is no longer in the cards for me, I'm wondering what I should do with this money. Should I wait for things to go back up and take the money out, or should I take it now before it continues to lose value? I haven't decided yet. Another thing is, I opened a credit card line with a bank to help build my credit here in Korea. But the truth is that foreigners aren't eligible for big loans to buy housing or other things. We do not have access to the same financial instruments as Koreans, which is, understandable, whatever. Also, there are many saving accounts options. Good luck finding a bank offering, let's say, 4% or being eligible for specific advantages program. Now, I'm not married to a Korean person, so maybe that could make a difference. I don't know. So my savings in Korean won have just been sitting here, not generating any interest while losing currency value, which bothers me. So I'm thinking of solutions right now. So if you were to come and live in Korea as a foreigner, working and all that, you need to keep these things in mind. I was very fortunate in terms of work. I have made videos on how I got my job and what the experience has been so far. Feel free to watch them if you're curious. My original plan has always been to find a job, get an E7 visa, and then after 3 years, get the F-point visa and start my own business. I've never wanted to work in corporate Korea until I retire. Hell no. What I've realized is that there is a glass ceiling. As a foreigner, you can only go so far while climbing the ladder. Besides, climbing takes forever in the way things are set up here, and nobody has got time for that. I haven't received a salary increase because I'm not subject to an annual review. I don't know why, and I did not try to figure this out. Of course, I can advocate for myself and get things done, but I'm also very observant. It seems to me that asking for more money would give them a license to give me more work to do, which I don't want. I would rather keep the status quo as this situation is temporary for me anyway. As I mentioned in my work experience in Korea video, ensure you negotiate your salary properly from the get-go, as this could be what you would be earning for a very long time. Life in Seoul is the sweetest. I love my lifestyle here. I love my place. I love my neighborhood. I love the convenience of ordering everything on Coupang or online. I love the transportation system. It's clean and on time. I love feeling safe when I'm out and about and the fact that people don't steal stuff. I love that I have the means to take care of my physical vessel. I work out with a personal trainer. I do my hair, my nails, and waxing regularly. I can afford experiences without looking at my bank account. And I love how Seoul has a never-ending list of places to enjoy. I love the mountain and being able to disconnect. I love neon lights. I love the tiny alleys and their charming vibes. I love telling people I live in Seoul when I travel abroad because their reaction is always priceless. More than anything, I love the fact that Seoul welcomed me, took very good care of me, kept me healthy and thriving, and turned me into the woman I am proud to be. Moving here was the best decision of my life, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the lessons that I've learned and the things that I've experienced. Even if it's no longer my forever, Seoul will forever be the love of a lifetime. So happy 4th anniversary to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you derived value from this video. Take very good care of yourselves, and you will see me in the next video. Bye.